Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Reviews. My name is Steve, and tonight's review will be on the TV show Major Dad. I don't actually own this show, I just watched it on Netflix. It kept kind of calling my name because at the time I had nothing to watch but Dragon Ball Z. And with a show like that, I only watched a few episodes. This one was kind of a burner one, so I threw it on and yeah, I'll get into the in a minute. Anyways, a little quick summary is so this is about Major McGillis, who is a major in the Army, and he ends up falling in love with a reporter that's with the Army, and she just happens to have three daughters. So he takes on father role of three daughters. And the one thing I kind of noticed watching the show is this is like Last Man Standing, but a lot more old school and obviously way before Last Man Standing. Anyways, so this show, I didn't really write anything down I wasn't really keeping notes or anything on this. I was just kind of watching it just to have something to fill in the time when I was watching other stuff and all that. But I kind of started getting more into it as the time went on. Anyways, so Holloway, he's pretty funny in this. To me, the main guy, Major McGillis, is the least funniest in the show. Like he really is. This show, it has funny moments. I feel like the girls and the start of the show, the girls are a lot funnier than they are in the later part of the show. The standout funniest freaking person in this is John Cypher. He is General Craig. He's the funniest freaking person. Like he had me dying at times. So I know this guy because he's also I think the commander or something. He's in Hill Street Blues, and he plays the total opposite character in it, and he bugs the crap out of me in that show. In this one, he was great. I loved it. I'm not saying he was bad in the other one. He was that asshole boss, and you just hated him while watching the show. So this was really cool to see him in a totally different way. Another thing is, so I guess he actually got injured. So in the show, he's like in a wheelchair and stuff like that, and he's got a cast on his leg. That was a legit real injury that happened apparently during shooting. That he was going through like dealing with it with like the production and everything like that. So he was like, I don't want to say had a lawsuit, but he was like fighting with them about what happened and everything like that. So that was kind of crazy. The other thing is the one thing that really kind of turned me off with this show that I was just like, see, they didn't even need to do this, really. I mean, I know military and everything like that, but the political junk that they threw in it for me kind of turned me off. Like, I'm not a political person at all whatsoever. I guess, see myself as a Republican or a Democrat. I'm not either one. Hey, that's enough. Sorry, I just got a puppy, so she's chewing everything. That really was a turn off for me. But yeah, I mean, it's got some fun moments. I do enjoy the creativity that they had and some of the stuff like. So one thing that I thought was really cool. So in the very beginning, to me it was cool, but it was also kind of like, wait, what? In the very beginning of the show, he's the major and he's at his little base area, and then he gets transferred. Holloway gets transferred too. And from the transfer, everybody that you saw in the very first part of the show is just gone. Like, what the heck? They were in like 2 episodes. Was that the plan? Oh, we're gonna have you guys for 2 episodes, and then he's gonna move on, and we're not gonna have you anymore. Like that to me was a little strange. But so the show was 4 seasons long, and the one thing that kind of was like, oh, what in the world? How the show ended. The final episode of the show, I know the show got canceled, so this must have been a show that got canceled. They had no idea cancellation was coming. Hey, that's enough. They had no idea the cancellation was coming. The episode before the final episode would have been a way better episode to cancel on, just because of how that episode ended. That was more of like, okay, so they're moving on. That episode would have been way better than the next episode. They should have just cut that last one out and been like, "This is it. We got canceled. We're not even gonna put the other one in the show." But as I said, I actually got into it a lot more, and I want to say like around the third or fourth season, probably the third season, is when General Craig was just he was giving me like he was hurting my sides because I was laughing so much at his stuff. Like his facial expressions and everything were gold. Great. Anyway, so we have creator John G. Stevens. Never heard of him. Never heard of the guy. The only thing I can tell you is the guy's produced three things: Buck Rogers, Simon and Simon, which also contains the main character from this show, and a show called Tales of the Golden Monkey, which looks really freaking cool. It looks like Indiana Jones style stuff. IMDb gave this a 6.5 out of 10. I give it a 6 out of 10. Like I enjoyed the show. It surprised me. I went in not expecting much out of the show. It was just kind of like I said, I'm throwing this on to kind of see. And the fact that I threw it on and didn't say, screw this, I'm not even going to watch this, and actually watch the whole show, gives it props. So I can't be against it. And the show was nominated for one Primetime Emmy, which is pretty good. I mean, even if it didn't get that Emmy, it still was nominated, and that's good enough right there. And like I said, so the show aired from 1989, when I was born, to 1993. And that's all I have as far as information on this, because for the TV shows, especially one like this, there wasn't a whole lot that I could find. Other than that, though, up next I will be watching the movie Syriana, which I told you on my last one, but it's George Clooney, Matt Damon, Jeffrey Wright, and a bunch of others. So that will be my next review. You guys stay tuned for that. Have a good night. Like and subscribe. Check out my Letterboxd. Check out my eBay. And eventually there will be something else you guys will be checking out. I've been kind of in the works with another thing I might be throwing up here eventually soon. So stay tuned for that too. You guys have a good night.